I think it's a pretty cool story that Yahya Thomas is a local Chicago wrestler and we were able to keep him home in the Chicago area.
Chicago's definitely not known for being like a wrestling city per se. I always get that sense of, that there's a lot of people supporting me, there's a lot of people coming out to watch me compete. That's really unique for sure, being that high level, but also being local as well. My family grew up in Chatham, 15 minutes south from downtown Chicago. Starting at age 10, I was coming to the Midlands Championships at this venue every single year.
There's this double leg, right through half.
At a certain point, we just realized that, hey, there's this huge event that's happening at Northwestern, which is like right next door, so we should probably go check it out. My family's really into soccer, like my brother played soccer. I tried it out for a little bit, but honestly, I think I was just too aggressive. When I was like 10 years old, I'd say I was a sweet kid, but I definitely had a lot of energy and I definitely like to use that energy to like beat people up. I shouldn't say I knew I was gonna be really good, but I knew that I had the talent.
Yahya made an impression early on in high school. He suffered an injury, I believe it was his sophomore year, so I think a lot of people missed out on recruiting Yahya.
I didn't win the state title, but not winning a state title is like, who cares? Now I'm in the big leagues, I'm in D1 wrestling, This is like where people dream about competing. Being a Muslim athlete, it's interesting because obviously we have our prayers that we do 5 times a day. And we also have our like meditations that we do and stuff like that. I like to think of that as myself, of becoming more of a holistic human being, more than just like a wrestler. It definitely helps in terms of giving me like an outlet mentally and spiritually to like grow in those areas and not just necessarily training physically all the time.
Yahya does a really good job of managing that and finding the proper balance between his beliefs and his goals that he set for the sport and his academics.
Another takedown from Thomas. I did a good job there.
I think confidence was something that Yahya was still trying to find. Confidence and consistency. The issue at the Big Ten Championships last year with Yahya was he was trying more to manage matches instead of just go out there and wrestle the match.
I had 3 losses in the Big Ten tournament, all by 1 point. I really needed to change my whole paradigm of how I was thinking about wrestling, like strategically. Like you have to make it a priority that you're gonna score points early in the match.
He had a chance to do a little bit of searching within, identify what it was that caused him to come up a little bit short at the Big Ten tournament, but then recalculate, refocus going into the Nationals. We are a unique sport where it's march or bust.
If anything, Big Ten's kind of showed me that you're one step away from being the national champion. I came into NCAA as the number 25 seed.
The seed is ridiculous. I don't think there's anybody that follows NCAA wrestling that believed that Yahya Thomas was only the 25th best wrestler at the event. But it worked out great.
Once he decided at Nationals, like I'm just gonna shoot and go to my offense and continue to push the pace on these guys, he realized like the guys couldn't hang with him.
I beat 5 top 10 wrestlers to get to number 3 at Nationals. After my last match, I did like a celebration. I put the 2 and the 5 up. There was no way that I was like, supposed to win an All-American status, let alone getting all the way to 3rd place.
It felt really nice to see Yahya have his moment. Fortunate for us this time that Yahya's coming out party, his big tournament, was at the NCAA tournament because that's the one that everybody remembers. And he's going to remember for the rest of his life.
If I can go from losing 3 matches at Big Tens and then take 3rd place, only losing 1 match to the number 1 ranked wrestler in the country at Nationals, then I feel like I can do anything.